In this video, we will be discussing one very important question from the short story The Rocking Horse Winner, that is, discuss the theme of materialism and its impact on the different characters in the short story written by D.H. Lawrence. So in our answer, we'll be analyzing how the pursuit of wealth influences the actions and emotions of Paul as well as other characters. Now, we'll be focusing on the mother's obsession with money in this short story, and also the whispering of the house. Yes, as you all know, there is a constant whisper in the house, there must be more money, there must be more money. And also Paul's desperation to be lucky, quote unquote lucky, and how these factors actually contribute to the tragic ending. So in D.H. Lawrence's short story The Rocking Horse Winner, materialism is a central theme that profoundly affects all the characters actually in the short story, driving their behaviors, their actions, their decisions, and ultimately their fates. So the story in a way critiques the destructive influence of an obsessive desire, and that is the desire for wealth and social status. So first of all, Hester, that is the mother of the protagonist, Paul, in the short story. She is a key figure in representing materialism in the short story. She is portrayed as a woman who equates love and success with wealth. Her deep dissatisfaction with her life, stemming from her belief that she is unlucky and deserving of more material possessions, leads her to continually demand more and more money without regard for emotional connections, even with her own children. And this obsession with wealth creates a void that she attempts to fill with material goods, but it never truly satisfies her. Now let us discuss Paul, the protagonist, the young boy at the heart of the story The Rocking Horse Winner. And he is a victim of his mother's materialism in the short story, driven by the belief that he must win his mother's love and approval through financial success. He becomes fixated on acquiring more and more money. Paul's obsessive desire to find luck, quote unquote luck, leads him to ride his rocking horse in an attempt to predict winning horses in the horse racing competitions. His pursuit of wealth becomes a desperate quest, not just for material gain, but for emotional validation. His belief that money can secure his mother's love is a direct result of the family's materialistic values. And now, though less central than the mother, that is Hester, and Paul, the protagonist, Paul's father is also influenced by materialism, though in a more passive way. His indifference to the family's financial struggles reflects his failure to confront the deeper emotional needs of the household. The father's neglect contributes to the family's materialism. He doesn't intervene or attempt to balance his wife's excessive desire for wealth. His absence and lack of agency make him complicit in the perpetuation of the family's obsession with money, especially the mother in the short story, that is Hester. And now, the rocking horse itself is a potent symbol of the destructive nature of materialism. For Paul, it represents his single-minded pursuit of wealth, but it also embodies the futility of this pursuit. The rocking horse is an object of childhood. Yet Paul uses it in an adult, almost feverish way, riding it to achieve something beyond mere play. The fact that he can only predict winning horses while riding it suggests that his success and happiness are tied to an unattainable ideal of wealth. This obsession ultimately leads to his physical as well as emotional destruction. And now the house itself is another symbol of materialism. It is constantly whispering to the family, quote unquote, there must be more money, there must be more money, illustrating how pervasive the desire for wealth has become. The house, almost a character in itself, represents the insatiable hunger for more, a reflection of the constant dissatisfaction that materialism breeds. It amplifies the idea that no matter how much wealth one attains, it is never enough to fill the emptiness created by an overemphasis on materialism. So the house itself, in a way we can say, is another very strong symbol of materialism in the short story. So the rocking horse winner, in this particular story written by D.H. Lawrence, we have seen that materialism is not just a theme, it's a force that actually drives the different characters to make extreme choices, often with tragic consequences. The character's obsession with wealth leads to emotional alienation, manipulation, and even death. As we have seen that Paul dies a tragic death. Towards the end of the story, through Paul's fate, Lawrence suggests that the pursuit of material wealth, when disconnected from emotional fulfillment and human connection, can lead to a hollow existence. Ultimately, the story critiques the idea that money and possessions can bring happiness.